Here's how I grab it. I'm right-handed. I like grabbing it here. Just don't crush your steps, but grab it right above the steps and kind of squeeze your fingers together, and then I'm able to lift up with my fingers better. When you were doing it the other way with your thumb was back there, that's very hard to do. Go ahead and try it this way. You'll probably find it works much better. If you're right-handed, it doesn't take a lot of pressure. You just put a little pressure on it and pull up. And like I said, then you got to be careful you don't grab these steps. So if you just put your finger right on the upper edge there and grab that. Yeah, well, if I were you, I wouldn't bend it back and forth. I'd leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, because if you bend it 3 or 4 times, you're probably going to ruin it. So, but this battery pack I have 2 of these. They're both the same. One's in my Berkshire. This is the one from my mic, because the one in the Berkshire is in there, and it's hard to get out. So when I go to charge the battery, I need to take my whole tender and charge it. Where this one is the Mikado battery, and it just lays in there. No, you gotta lift up your thing there. I do all the time. Don't feel bad. I think about every other time I went to put that on there, I forgot to do that. And like I said, these things are quite happy when you're running, just laying down in there. And they don't have to be in there any special way. It's not going anywhere. This does have a foot plate, but it is a stinker to work with. It is a virtual bear to get this thing coupled with the plate up. You can do it. You can do it, but boy, I'll tell you what, I wasn't willing to spend the time. There it is. Okay, and it's actually, that's exactly the best way to do it. Have everything hooked up so it doesn't pop apart. The hoses and that stuff kind of keep it pulled together a little bit, and you have it tender. You have it all ready to go, and then you work that thing up with your fingernail, get ready, and then pop that loose and let it come back just far enough to flip that up, and then do that. I did not run this with the footboard up, because if it does what my Berkshire does, depending on your track, the thing gets stuck and then pinched, and then it'll pop it down anyhow. But and then it wears away at the paint on the tender board. It looks nice on display. I mean, if you're going to put it somewhere where you can see it, it looks beautiful to have everything together. And then that's the only time you wish you didn't have radios, when you have it on display, because there's nowhere to go. You can take this thing and kind of tuck it forward.
Put the cab on there.
And then roof, and you kind of hide it. But for running purposes, I lay it back there. It's perfectly out of the way. It doesn't try and go anywhere. I ran it for a long time, and I kept checking to see, and it never moved on me. It just laid in there. I originally thought we're going to have to Velcro it somewhere or something, but it stayed there so well. I was like, well, why mess with what's working? I guess this little button keeps it from sliding forward. And then that worked just perfect. So the other thing is, if you do that, if you run with the footboard up, I'm not sure what will happen to your battery wire. I guess that it fit up in that slot there, right in the middle of this thing. There's an opening. I guess you could bring the battery plug up through there.
That's down below.
That's underneath it. Yeah, that comes underneath, and then you just bring the wire up. Yeah, so there's, as always, there's good and bad on these things, and that's one of those things that was just a little testy.
Like you said, unless you put it on this block.
Right, and I mean, when I build one of these, I do, and then after a while, it ends up living in its case underneath my workbench where the cats don't mess with it. So,
what engines have you built for yourself?
I built the little 8550 Mogul, and then I built the Mikado and the Berkshire, and I've done this one now for you, and I have a guy that saw our conversations on MLS and contacted me about doing a Duchess or something, has it like me. So I told him I would get back in touch with him after I had this one all sorted. So one project at a time for me.
Right.
Let me see. What else do you need to know?
Okay, this is
the steam. It's a big pump, and you'll see that water come up pretty quickly. So don't take that off, because I think you'll be unhappy with the net results of doing that numerous times. There's a giant nut, I think it was either 17 or 19 millimeter, that's hollow inside, and it literally is the steam dome. And it's not the easiest thing to place. There's an O-ring on it, and I don't know if you'll ever find another O-ring, so I would say don't mess with that. me see. Yeah, I wouldn't. This is one of these where you're going to be taking this on and off all the time.
Right. And I like your idea about actually drain it and then refill it.
When it cools, the water and oil separates. The water all goes to the bottom, suction it out, and then I keep suctioning until I get oil, and then I quit. Because sometimes you only run for an hour. You only use, maybe 1.5 to 2 cc's of oil. And the oil's like 5 cc's. Because I measured it when I first put it in. First I put 4. I just use.
What I have bought is Sulphur Springs.
That's what this is from. This is the old Sulphur Springs oil. I have 1.5 quart of that left at home. I know Steve loves this stuff from Roundhouse or something, but when I got into this hobby, the guys that taught me the ropes were Paul and Harry Porter, and they've been doing this since Astor put their first engine down. I mean, they bought Astor engines back in '75 when Astor started, and so those guys, they've been at this for a long, long time.
Now, I was talking before, not putting in the foam and what have you. You was talking about securing it maybe by using.
I wanted to bring my board with me, but
I want to show you something. You see what?
Okay.
This is without.
here. Okay, so that you can put that in there, stop it there. Then I took a piece of wood on my lathe and I cut it cone shape. It stands about this high. Okay, and on this one you might want to make it a little taller because you want to keep it away from these lights. But you cut a taper so it sticks down in here. Not tight, but so it doesn't rattle around too much. And then on the top, cut a little slot. And then I use a small bungee cord.
Okay.
Even a little thinner than this.
Okay.
But they're readily available.
Right.
And I put an eye bolt hook on either side of this.
Okay.
Take the metal hook on the bungee and put some sort of rubber coating on it. Something rubber so that if it rubs on something, because I actually rubbed on my mic, I rubbed a little through the paint on both of these things, but because that's where you're coming across. So
You're going to come in down this close.
you run the eye hook all the way to the bottom, but that little metal coil thing that coils around the cord on the end of the bungee, they're big, they're bulky. I took some shoe glue, clear shoe glue, it's like a rubber when it gets hard, and I coated them in that. Okay, so that when they got against the engine, they weren't rubbing away at it. You could also put like a piece of this blue paper towel in there to be safe. Yeah, I use that a lot. In fact, that's what I used. Oh, I almost forgot to show you this. I'm glad you said something about that. We're working headlight, which I can find the This is the only thing I didn't like about this. For all the sophistication here, they didn't put a switch in for these lights.
That's what you have to do.
And this one over here, the one you take on and off, I did coat with the liquid electrical tape.
Okay.
And all you do is very carefully plug that on that wire. Okay. And you don't have to push it on very far. Just push it on enough, and there's your light.
It's an action.
Okay. And then, when you want to take it off, just reach in there with this and just pull it up gently, and this.